loans being made available. Over 1,000 people have now died in the U.S. from the virus, and the number of confirmed cases is creeping close to 70,000. This is USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
Yeah, you hear the commercials, and it sounds, pretty hokey, to be perfectly honest, but I definitely have more energy. I don't get sleepy as early as I used to. I have fewer aches and pains. I haven't had any colds. It seems to be working, so I'll keep going with it.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering 35% off on any new preferred order. Go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
You know, I've told you I get the best sleep of my life with my MyPillow, but I'm not the only one. Mark in Las Vegas told me the other day, we were talking on other business, he says he went to MyPillow.com, clicked on the radio listener special, and used the promo code USA. He got a great deal on a MyPillow, and he is enjoying his sleep now. You can too. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, use my promo code USA, and I promise you, you'll get the best sleep of your life, or you get your money back.
New York City now the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak in the United States, but the New York governor, Andrew Cuomo, says there is some encouraging news, as we hear from USA Radio's Tim Berg.
New York Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo says stats show social distancing policies may be working in the slow of the spread of the coronavirus in the state.
They are effective and they're necessary, and the evidence suggests at this point that they have slowed the hospitalizations. And this is everything.
New York has 30,000 confirmed cases throughout the state. 18,000 of those are in New York City. Cuomo also says the state is in need of a lot of ventilators.
30,000 ventilators is an extraordinarily difficult task. And it's something that our team is working on with the White House team.
Looking for something to do online? Well, you can find us there at usaradio.com.
At the American Veterinary Medical Association Annual Convention in Washington, D.C., I spoke with Dr. John Howe, AVMA president, about One Health.
One Health is really a collaboration between physicians and veterinarians or public health officials. For example, in Minnesota, our state public health veterinarian deals with zoonotic diseases, rabies, for example. Animals are sentinels for humans, and humans are sentinels for some infections in animals.
There's more valuable information at avma.org.
Still more on the coronavirus story, as all temples of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints are now closed around the world as the coronavirus pandemic spreads. The First Presidency of the Church announcing the closure late yesterday, a move called temporary, although no tentative date to reopen has been included in the announcement. 2 more states are telling their residents to stay home. Idaho and Colorado have joined nearly 24 other states issuing lockdown orders during the pandemic. 6 states and Washington, D.C. had already closed all non-essential businesses, and several other states like Texas and Florida have cities and counties that have issued stay-at-home orders. A doctors group says pink eye could be an early warning sign of the virus. The American Academy of Ophthalmology issuing the alert yesterday stating that the pathogen can cause red, itchy, and teary eyes. People with allergies get the same symptoms, so they say you also have to watch for a fever and respiratory symptoms to know whether it's an allergy or possibly coronavirus. And with many Americans turning to fast food to stay fed during this pandemic, McDonald's announced it's pulling its all-day breakfast items off the menu to streamline operations. McDonald's saying it's going to focus on serving only its most popular items. And for USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
Today will be
This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. WOCA.
Hey, it's only very rarely that Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens can offer you large, top-quality trees for just $19.99. And right now is one of those times. You can get these large trees up to 5 feet tall, and listen to the selection. They've got dogwood, elderberry, even little gems, live oaks, and dogwoods. Up to 4 feet 7 inches, almost 5 feet tall, growing fast for just $19.99. This is too good to miss. Get daylilies 6 for $35.99. Azaleas as low as $2.99. And gorgeous roses starting as low as $15.99. Nice big clay pots, an unbelievable buy at just $5.99. Check out the BOGOs too. They're everywhere. Bob Wine's, yes, we are open daily till 4:30 on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, in the same blooming place since 1952.
Ocala Quick Minute News. Senator Marco Rubio supports the $2 trillion coronavirus bailout package that passed the Senate overnight. The Florida Republican made that clear in a floor speech prior to the vote.
We've already taken too long. People got laid off today. People will be laid off tonight and tomorrow and the day after, and for days to come, even if we pass this bill. Imagine if we don't.
Rubio said that the COVID-19 virus doesn't discriminate and threatens their heir to the British throne as much as it does to a retiree in the Florida nursing home. The number of coronavirus cases in Florida is about to hit 2,000. As of last night, there were 1,977 cases statewide, with 23 deaths. Another Central Florida county is telling its residents to shelter in place. Osceola County announced yesterday that a stay-at-home order will go into effect at 11 o'clock tonight and will be in effect until April 9th. A similar order begins in Orange County, also at 11 tonight. President Trump is getting a thumbs up from Governor Ron DeSantis over how he's overseeing the federal response to the pandemic.
He's been a heck of an ally to us across the board. Look, when you deal with this, what I think the president is able to do is overcome the bureaucracy. We cannot be paralyzed by bureaucratic rules. I think the president understands that.
Trump has approved the governor's request for a major disaster declaration for Florida, making the state eligible for FEMA money, which includes unemployment assistance. Today was supposed to be opening day for Major League Baseball's 2020 regular season. The schedule called for Tampa Bay Rays to host the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Miami Marlins to entertain the Philadelphia Phillies. But thanks to the coronavirus pandemic, there will be no baseball at Tropicana or Marlins Park. No word when the Major League Baseball season will start. For your Ocala Quick Minute News, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
WOCA.
Partly sunny and warm today, high 86 to 90. For tonight, mainly clear, low 63. Sunny and hot tomorrow, high 91 to 94. Tomorrow night, patchy clouds, low 64. Saturday, sunny and hot, high 92 to 96. Sunday, turning out partly sunny and hot, high 92 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Good morning. It's just gone 7 o'clock in the morning.
Welcome to AM Ocala Live on WOCA. And now, here's your morning host, Adam Micklin.
Yep. Good morning. There it is. One more. Oh, yeah. Feeling it today. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Well, we're downhill now towards the end of the week, my friend. Good morning, Carlos.
Good morning, Adam. How are you?
Not too bad. As we make our way, now we're Thursday, March 26th, like we were dwelling on yesterday, making our way towards the end of this last full week of March. Now we're Thursday. It's supposed to be all downhill from here. Good morning, everybody. As we're broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall, we're streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. We got a good show for you lined up for this Thursday, mythical gods of the Norwegian. Thursday, as it's, yesterday was a good show. We got a good show for you today as well. Everybody's going to get paid as stimulus package went through last night with expectations to get help where help is due in lieu of the financial expectations that most Americans should see getting in lieu of this crisis within the COVID-19 pandemic. So I guess that's some good news. When it gets here, I think that's, again, got to be patient. It's going to take a little while nonetheless. But anyway, so that's some good news out of Washington in lieu of everything that's going on nonetheless. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit and everything too. But first things first, we got a little bit of rain yesterday, my friend. When I say little, very, very little. It did rain, but it was very, very, very little. Very little rain. However, it was nice to see a little change. It's like the weather's trying. It's like it's trying real hard to give us a little something for precipitation. It was about 11:30, quarter of 12 yesterday that clouded up real good, and it got real dark. And it was coming from the west, and the wind was picking up, and I thought, oh man, here we go. And it kind of sprinkled for a little bit. It didn't really do a whole lot, but I guess in a way it gave it signs that, like, hey, there's still moisture in the air that can still fall to the ground, which is a good thing. With that being said, for the forecast for the rest of the week, a little bit of patchy fog this morning as some of that moisture that fell yesterday is kind of sitting around. As the sun's going to start to come up, we're going to see some patchy fog in some areas. As we're expecting a high today, they're calling it over the 90s. They're going to be in the 90s today. With mostly sunny skies. Whatever little chance there was for precipitation, that was yesterday, because the rest of the week, wide open. Mostly sunny Saturday, mostly sunny Sunday, mostly sunny Monday. All highs reaching the 90s. Although yesterday the wind was really, really, really strong. I think at one point it was gusting about 23 knots, which is around 25 miles an hour, I guess you could say. 25, 26. And with that strong wind, again, once the sun started falling down in the sky with that wind still blowing pretty strong, it really kind of cooled things off, or at least it didn't feel like it was, in the upper 80s. Which has made this weather absolutely gorgeous, especially in the evening as the sun's falling in the sky, because all that stuff cleared out. That was the threat of the rain for the early afternoon there, and it moved itself out real quick, and it made for a gorgeous evening. But now we're expecting to climb even higher when it comes to temperatures. Now in the 90s for the next few days, today, tomorrow, into the weekend to Monday of next week. With not another chance of showers or rain until about Tuesday, they're calling now. So there is a chance that Tuesday we could see a little something, which that's okay. We got another beautiful weather weekend coming up, and that's deservedly so, that we could again enjoy that, be out in the yard, do what we can to maintain social distancing and still just try to capture some vitamin D, some good Florida sunshine as we make our way through another weekend of everything to do with novel coronavirus and COVID-19 and all that stuff that is the air of topic of such, and rightfully so because of everything going on with it as being a worldwide pandemic.
The way I see it, enjoying the weather a little bit, it's a nice way to help clear your mind off the craziness of the COVID-19 virus.
Yeah, and that's where we were saying yesterday. It's even hard sometimes with the weather being so nice to believe that, there's actually a global pandemic out there, real close to home. Just within everything going on, it's as I was kind of saying yesterday. Now, for some other places around the country, the weather's a lot more temperamental, and with that brings a lot of change. Like we were talking, I just looked up Northeast Ohio's weather just to get an idea, because the weather is always so piss poor this time of year. Their high today with increasing cloudiness looks like a gorgeous day. It's 64 degrees. That's mild. Some strong winds expected for the day. And then in tonight, 100% chance of rain. Friday, 60 to 90% chance of rain. Saturday, 100% chance of rain. Saturday night, 100% chance of rain. Sunday, 60% chance of rain. And what's happening with that is you see the temperatures dropping. So the lows in the 50s by Monday, after you just had 4 straight days of cloudiness and rain. So if we can get the rest of the country, if we can get the Midwest to handle this weather, get through and get some weather that we're having down here in Florida, I think we could see the end of this COVID-19 novel coronavirus.
There's a lot of moths outside.
That is the 3rd day in a row with a giant moth like that. For listeners out there, we got, we broadcast live from the Paddock Mall. We've got our giant window, as we call the fishbowl, as we look out. And for 4 mornings, because that was also Monday. Was it Monday? No,
I believe it was.
Yeah,
Monday or Tuesday.
Monday or Tuesday.
Sure.
3rd day in a row. We're talking the moth the size of a... that moth would fit in there comfortably, about as big as my mug. That thing is huge. Mothman.
I just know I saw like 3 of them. The moth has brought some friends along today. I'm like, where are they all coming from? It's hard not to notice them when they just keep flying out the windows.
Yeah, that's a great question. Carol Ann Baldwin would know. As we do In the Garden with Carol Ann, she was talking about caterpillar moths a little bit as we were, I think we were discussing certain things with going outside and doing things for kids. And say one of them is like paying attention to insects and some of the bugs. And one of them was the concept of caterpillar moths and certain ones that she was talking about. I can't remember, but it's all good stuff. As we got a good show for you, speaking of good stuff, we got a good show for you for this Thursday, March 26th, as we roll here towards the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour. The phone lines are open, 622-9622. We want to hear from you. We heard from a few people yesterday with many accolades. We appreciate that. If there's something you guys like to talk about today and carry on your opinions of what went through with our nation's capital and government with what they did with the stimulus package to get that through, give us a call. Talk about that. As we get to the top of the 8 o'clock hour, of course, it'll be our blood bank report with Galen, and that segment sponsored by Palm Garden Health and Penn Flooring. And then at the bottom of the 8 o'clock hour, we'll be doing our news bits, and that usually takes us to the top of the 9 o'clock hour. Yeah, it usually does. It always does. And we'll be, because it's Thursday, it'll be Veterans News. And then we got a little bit more wide open stuff, which we got some good stuff to talk about nonetheless. We're going to take a short little break, and as we do, we're going to come back and get the conversation rolling for your Thursday. Like I said, it's all downhill from here, baby. Get me to the weekend, right? We're almost through this week. It's the 26th of March. The Ides of March, and they're over.
April's almost here.
It's almost here. As we make our way, we're going to take a short little break. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, WOCA Ocala, The Source, back right after this.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
We are proud to announce the Conservative Watch Hour on WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM every Friday at 11 a.m. Hosted by Annie Marie Delgado, President of Trump Team 2020 Florida, and her co-host Ann Vandersteel with SteelTruth.com. We are serving a higher level of excellence, and we are the only program of this type in this market. Don't miss your weekly dose of conservative talk radio. WOCA 11 a.m. Fridays, 96.3 and 1370 a.m.
WOCA.
Partly sunny and warm today, high 86 to 90 for tonight. Mainly clear, low 63. Sunny and hot tomorrow, high 91 to 94. Tomorrow night, patch of clouds, low 64. Saturday, sunny and hot, high 92 to 96. Sunday, turning out partly sunny and hot, high 92 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
When you see the Mike Scott Plumbing truck, you know that experienced certified technicians are on the job. Mike Scott Plumbing has the equipment and expertise to handle any size septic job, residential and commercial. From pumping septic tanks to installing new tanks and drain fields. When you want the job done right the first time, then the first call you need to make is to Mike Scott Plumbing. Mike Scott Plumbing is locally owned and operated since 1987, so you get the quality you expect at the price you deserve. If water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
On the first and third Wednesday mornings each month at 9:05 a.m., Robert Colin with On Top of the World will be our guest as we learn all about the exciting lifestyle and new home choices available at Ocala's premier adult active community, On Top of the World. From time to time, Robert will bring guests, and you're sure to enjoy our little chats. After all, you deserve the world, and we bring it to you.
Hey, it's only very rarely that Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens can offer you large, top-quality trees for just $19.99. And right now is one of those times. You can get these large trees up to 5 feet tall, and listen to the selection. They've got dogwood, elderberry, even little gems, live oaks, and dogwoods. Up to 4 feet 7 inches, almost 5 feet tall, growing fast for just $19.99. This is too good to miss. Get daylilies 6 for $35.99, azaleas as low as $2.99, and gorgeous roses starting as low as $15.99. Nice big clay pots, an unbelievable buy at just $5.99. Check out the BOGOs too. They're everywhere. Bob Wine's, yes, we are open daily till 4:30 on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, in the same blooming place since 1952.
WOCA.
Hey, you're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. 3 minutes before the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour as we're getting our show kicked off and getting it rolling as we're broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. As we know, the Paddock Mall has been closed until further notice in lieu of the pandemic. As that has been, the food court... the expectations of the restaurants within the food court. Some of them have remained open with gathering tents outside for drive-through pickup, if you will. One of them that's been streamlining it with the invention of is the Chick-fil-A, as they've got now a temporary drive-through for the lunch hour from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Right back here by the food court entrance on the east side of the mall, and then also they have a temporary drive-through pickup over by the Texas Roadhouse too. So, like we said, Paddock Mall closed until further notice, as well as we know is a lot of other things. Like I said in the Rip and Read, that there's a few other counties within Florida that are taking a more of a stronger initiative to lock things down for a time being in lieu of the pandemic. And I think what's interesting about that is we kind of made this aware when we were talking to Galen yesterday, that certain counties are taking things different than what we may have seen us do here in Marion County, and you know, it's fascinating because it is kind of a county by county thing, and you know, with that, we're going to have county commission in today to talk more a little bit about everything within the county, what's going on. And as of yesterday, I know we had 4 confirmed cases, still with some pending test results, but quite a few negatives and everything like it. But with that being said, it's down to difference in even some of the stuff that's open. For example, as we were talking with Galen, the mentioning of like shopping at the local grocer was to the idea that here it just feels like normal. All right, Publix is open, the parking lot's packed. I got to go in and check for dinner and grab something. But in other counties, such as Alachua, they're actually having a specific minimum within the store at a time, which creates a line outside the door that is regulated or governed by the local law enforcement, which is a little bit more stringent. And with that, other counties are doing a little bit more stringent type concepts to avoid the spread of the COVID-19 stuff, which is crazy. It's crazy how we've hunkered down in a way, but nonetheless. We'll be back right after this. WOCA, The Source.
Chris Foster. President Trump tweets, "Congratulations, America," as the Senate unanimously passes a $2 trillion coronavirus relief bill. Fox's Leland Vittert in D.C.
Here's what's in it for you. If you make less than $75,000 a year, you get $1,200 in your bank account. It'll either come in the form of a direct deposit or the government will mail you a check, whether you're employed or unemployed. Plus, there's $350 billion of loan guarantees for small businesses that will become essentially grants from the government if those small businesses keep employees on the payroll.
We're told to expect a House vote on the bill tomorrow, what's called a voice vote, although any member can object and force a one-by-one roll call vote. There have been more than 1,000 COVID-19 deaths in the United States now, among 69,000 confirmed cases. America's listening to Fox News.
America is a great big country
filled with all kinds of different people.
And we all count.
That's why the 2020 census
Wants to make sure we're all counted.
Why is it so important?
Because the census helps inform how hundreds of billions of dollars will be spent each year for things like
New roads, health clinics,
Even more school programs.
so make sure you're counted.
Because you count.
Shape your future. Start here. Complete the census at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
It's happening. Wherever cupcakes are being frosted, songs are being recorded, and engines are being tuned, ADP is designing a better way to work. With industry-leading HR, talent, time, benefits, and payroll, more companies rely on ADP than any other HR partner. From small business to global enterprise. See how ADP can help you and your people achieve what you're working for at design.adp.com. ADP, always designing for people.
Buying and selling? Then you know about OcalaForSale.com, Marion County's internet marketplace. But there's something you might not know. I'm Michael Warren, president of USA for Sale. We created Ocala for Sale in 1998 with a passion to connect buyers and sellers and to help local businesses reach shoppers online. On Ocala for Sale, you're just a click away from thousands of deals for real estate, rentals, cars, furniture, appliances, horses, pets, and more. Looking for a job? Our Help Wanted section is booming. Shopping the villages and beyond? Now you'll find great deals on villages for sale, as well as our new statewide classified, Florida for Sale. Log on today and post your free classified. You'll reach thousands of shoppers who check our listings every day. Are you a business looking to get a corner on the internet marketplace? USA for Sale can help you reach your target audience in Ocala, the villages, and statewide. There's no better place to reach shoppers than right where they shop. Let us show you how. Learn more by calling 352-629-1663 or visit us online at usaforsale.com.
Ocala Quick Minute News. Senator Marco Rubio supports the $2 trillion coronavirus bailout package that passed the Senate overnight. The Florida Republican made that clear in a floor speech prior to the vote.
We've already taken too long. People got laid off today. People will be laid off tonight and tomorrow and the day after and for days to come, even if we pass this bill. Imagine if we don't.
Rubio said that the COVID-19 virus doesn't discriminate and threatens their heir to the British throne as much as it does to a retiree in the Florida nursing home. The number of coronavirus cases in Florida is about to hit 2,000. As of last night, there were 1,977 cases statewide, with 23 deaths. Another Central Florida county is telling its residents to shelter in place. Osceola County announced yesterday that a stay-at-home order will go into effect at 11 o'clock tonight and will be in effect until April 9th. A similar order begins in Orange County, also at 11 tonight. President Trump is getting a thumbs up from Governor Ron DeSantis over how he's overseeing the federal response to the pandemic.
He's been a heck of an ally to us across the board. Look, when you deal with this, what I think the president is able to do is overcome the bureaucracy. We cannot be paralyzed by bureaucratic rules. I think the president understands that.
Trump has approved the governor's request for a major disaster declaration for Florida, making the state eligible for FEMA money, which includes unemployment assistance. Today was supposed to be opening day for Major League Baseball's 2020 regular season. The schedule called for Tampa Bay Rays to host the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Miami Marlins to entertain the Philadelphia Phillies. But thanks to the coronavirus pandemic, there will be no baseball at Tropicana or Marlins Park. No word when the Major League Baseball season will start. For your Ocala Quick Minute News, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Partly sunny and warm today, high 86 to 90. For tonight, mainly clear, low 63. Sunny and hot tomorrow, high 91 to 94. Tomorrow night, patch of clouds, low 64. Saturday, sunny and hot, high 92 to 96. Sunday, turning out partly sunny and hot, high 92 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Hi, this is Will.
And this is Wendy of Dex Imaging in Gainesville and Ocala. You know, we live and work in this community just like you, and we wanted to personally invite you to call us with any questions or concerns about your copiers or printers.
Like, how can I save money on my toner? That stuff's expensive.
In most cases, a complimentary workflow analysis has shown we can save your business 20 to 30% on printing cost.
Have you been kicking around the idea of going paperless? Are you considering a document management solution? Maybe you just want to ask some questions, but don't want to be bombarded by aggressive salespeople.
Give us a call. We'll be happy to answer your questions and show you how you can save money with our award-winning copiers and printers and our amazing service team.
Who, in case you didn't know, will be there in 4 hours or less to service your machine, guaranteed. And we have a 97% first-time fix rate. Check us out at deximaging.com or give us a call.
In Ocala, dial 352-433-4090. That's 433-4090.
WOCA. Ocala.
Listening to AIM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source. It's a good bumper. It's a good bumper. It's got birds in the background again. Good stuff. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to AIM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. Currently closed until further notice, Paddock Mall. We are streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. Good morning, everybody, as it is March 26th, as we're marching on through this last full week of March here to get ourselves into next week with April and get ourselves to the weekend at least first. And then go from there. So with that in mind, as of what to get started with, in lieu of the conversation of COVID-19 here, as the Senate unanimously passes the $2 trillion. It's hard to really kind of truthfully fathom that quantity. $2 trillion package amid the coronavirus outbreak. During the overnight, the Senate unanimously passed a $2 trillion stimulus package during the coronavirus pandemic. The measure is one of the largest emergency aid packages in the nation's history. Just the nation's history. As for those eligible with the stimulus checks, they will likely not see maybe a check until May. If you make less than $75,000 annually, you will get a $1,200 check. If you make more than $99,000 a year annually, you will not be getting any personal checks. Senate leaders are still touting this a historic moment in unity. However, the unanimous vote came despite misgivings on both sides about whether it goes too far or not far enough, and capped days of difficult negotiations as Washington confronted a national challenge unlike it's ever faced. It says the 880-page measure is the largest economic relief bill in U.S. history. So we're making history, man. It's
that's what it seems like.
Yeah,
history.
Making history as it now goes to the House And this now goes to the House of Representatives for a vote, which will most likely happen on Friday, tomorrow. President Donald Trump has indicated that he will sign the legislation into law. Trump has called for Americans to dedicate themselves to social distancing for 15 days, obviously, including staying home from work and closing bars and restaurants to help try to stall the spread. Yet he also said that, quote, our country wasn't built to be shut down, and voted not to allow the, quote, cure to be worse than the problem, and apparently concerned with the outbreak's devastating effects on the financial markets and employment will harm his chances for a re-election next year. They say here at the bottom is a little little something there. But nonetheless, as he tweeted, the lamestream media is a dominant force in trying to get me to keep our country closed as long as possible, in the hope that it will be detrimental to my election success. And the real people I want to get back to work, it says the real people want to get back to work as soon as possible. We will be stronger than ever before. As it was a tweet from Donald Trump yesterday there, posted at 4 in the afternoon. It says, however, governors across the nation rejected Trump's new accelerated timeline for reopening the U.S. economy as they continue to impose more restrictions on travel and public life in an attempt to curb the spread of the coronavirus. It says the dismissal of Trump's mid-April timeframe for a national reopening came from Republicans and Democrats, from leaders struggling to manage hot spots of the outbreak and those still bracing for the worst. It says here that Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, the head of the National Governors Association and a Republican, called the message confusing since most leaders are still focused on enforcing these restrictions, not necessarily easing them. He accused the White House of running on a schedule made of some imaginary clock, end quote. While Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis has not issued a stay-at-home order for the state, other Florida leaders have issued a similar directive for towns and counties, such as Orange and Osceola counties, which starts Thursday night, tonight, at 11 p.m. And in Pinellas County, quote, safer-at-home directives were issued Wednesday. So it is a little bit more of a, like we said, county by county expectation. As we said here, that the stimulus package to go to the House, and they're expecting it to move on through Friday and be signed by the president thereafter in lieu of the stimulus package, but with the idea of the timeline. And I think that's where everybody's kind of asking themselves too. When's this going to come to an end, so to speak? Where's the means to an end, if you will? And that's part of what this conversation is too, is how kind of a county by county thing. Now the state, like we said, Governor Ron DeSantis has not issued a stay-at-home order for the state. However, similar directives in towns and counties, like we said, such as Orange and Osceola counties, and Pinellas County, for the idea of, it's funny because certain times they want to use big grabbing words like lockdown. Now they're just kind of saying a stay-at-home order. So I guess it means the same thing. Everything's going to be closed, stay at home, no need to go anywhere, get out and do anything ordered by the county. And I think overall, a lot of people are wondering, okay, how do we move on? When's this going to come to an end? And I think it's a little fascinating nonetheless, just where that is altogether. Now, we get small updates here, and I'm going to read this one as this is an update from our friends there, Annie Delgado. As March 26, President Donald Trump will participate in a teleconference summit with G20 leaders this morning. The virtual call is the replacement for the in-person G7 summit that the president canceled that was to be held at Camp David in June, says White House Principal Deputy and Press Secretary Hogan Gidley. So the president will participate in the virtual meeting as a part of the ongoing effort to coordinate an international response to the coronavirus pandemic. And in addition, due to the global spread of the coronavirus, world economies have felt the impact, and the 20 member nations are seeking ways to work together to stabilize certain global markets. and the global market itself. It says, in the afternoon, the president will present a status update on the pandemic situation with members of the task force in a press briefing, and for the teleconference to be used to help the word contain and recover from the virus, and as they give us updates in lieu of what's expected for the Oval Office and their plans for today. There you go. As we're, it's a work in progress, right? It's a whip. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's definitely taking some time, but the way I see it, everybody just has to continue to just be patient about the whole thing, and just try and adapt to the ever-growing changes and whatever it is they gotta do to survive.
You nailed it. And those changes, like we've been saying, sometimes they're day to day. Sometimes it feels like they're a few days to few days, or week to week. And speaking of the week to week, last week we had, at the time, no confirmed cases of COVID-19. And last week we had County Commission Kathy Bryan in with the health department. And we'll hopefully talk to them today and see how things have changed in lieu of our county and the expectations of this week, having them on. So stay tuned for that later in our show today, as we'll round out our show with County Commission. Because, also, too, with each county doing kind of some of their own initiatives on stay-at-home orders and taking other means to do their own concepts of stopping the spread of the coronavirus. It's gonna be worth talking to them and seeing where they're at in lieu of our county and everything like it. So, but there you go. We're going to take a short little break as we're coming up to 15 minutes before the top of the 8 o'clock hour. As we ask you to stay tuned, and the phone lines will be open 622-9622, and we'll keep the day rolling. Thursday, get us closer to that well-deserved weekend, right, partner? Yeah, you got it.
That's right.
That's right. And we'll be back right after this. WOCA, The Source.
Partly sunny and warm today, high 86 to 90. For tonight, mainly clear, low 63. Sunny and hot tomorrow, high 91 to 94. Tomorrow night, patch of clouds, low 64. Saturday, sunny and hot, high 92 to 96. Sunday, turning out partly sunny and hot, high 92 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
On the first and third Wednesday mornings each month at 9:05 a.m., Robert Colin with On Top of the World will be our guest as we learn all about the exciting lifestyle and new home choices available at Ocala's premier adult active community, On Top of the World. From time to time, Robert will bring guests, and you're sure to enjoy our little chats. After all, you deserve the world, and we bring it to you.
When you see the Mike Scott Plumbing truck, you know that experienced certified technicians are on the job. Mike Scott Plumbing has the equipment and expertise to handle any size septic job, residential and commercial. From pumping septic tanks to installing new tanks and drain fields. When you want the job done right the first time, then the first call you need to make is to Mike Scott Plumbing. Mike Scott Plumbing is locally owned and operated since 1987, so you get the quality you expect at the price you deserve. If water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
Hey, it's only very rarely that Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens can offer you large, top-quality trees for just $19.99. And right now is one of those times. You can get these large trees up to 5 feet tall, and listen to the selection. They've got dogwood, elderberry, even little gems, live oaks, and dogwoods. Up to 4 feet 7 inches, almost 5 feet tall, growing fast for just $19.99. This is too good to miss. Get daylilies 6 for $35.99, azaleas as low as $2.99, and gorgeous roses starting as low as $15.99. Nice big clay pots, an unbelievable buy at just $5.99. Check out the BOGOs too. They're everywhere. Bob Wine's, yes, we are open daily till 4:30 on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, in the same blooming place since 1952.
WOCA. Ocala.
Listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, the source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Good morning, everybody. As we've been saying, we're making our way through getting the start of the show here for the start of your day to get to the end of the week, to the weekend, and then after the weekend, just a couple more days of March to get to April. As the weather's been good and will continue to be in the beginning of April, it looks like as we're going to reach 90s in the next, today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, 90s. Oh, baby. In lieu of coronavirus, I think outside, there's probably no surface with temperatures that hot in the sun that COVID-19 could survive, which is a good thing. As my segue into it, in lieu of our county, as this has come out, Marion County, Marion now has the 5th coronavirus case. Marion County has the 5th confirmed case of COVID-19, according to the latest state report. The newest patient, 62-year-old woman who is a Marion resident. The state data says, I'm sorry, did I say woman or man? 62-year-old man who is a Marion resident. Though state data says that the man's travel is unknown, a Marion County press release on its Facebook page says the case is travel-related. The 4 other cases that we've had was a 59-year-old woman with travel history who was under investigation of where she had traveled to and everything and so forth. A 68-year-old man was another one who was travel-related in lieu of Wisconsin. A 48-year-old woman who was travel-related with Ireland. And a 40-year-old woman travel-related within the United Kingdom. None of Marion County's cases have required hospitalization so far. State data states that 226 people have been tested in Marion County. And of the 226 people that have been tested, 5 have become positive, 126 negative, and there's still now 92 tests that are pending. Statewide, there are 1,682 cases as of 11 a.m. Wednesday. Statewide, 1,600.
Well, that definitely makes it sound like the doctors and nurses, they're having to work even harder than ever nowadays.
In lieu of the state, sure, but as a realization within our county, I think it's interesting to note, and I'm glad that they put that on there, that we're up to 5 cases within Marion County. None of them have required hospitalization as of right now, and I think this is where it comes back to the numbers. I think this is where it comes back to the difference in, like we were talking about, the difference within counties. Okay. I'm going to look it up here, but when we talk about, like, say, for example, the state of New York and how, the majority of cases that are counted in the state of New York are obviously, within New York City in itself. And let's see here. It says 10 times the COVID-19 cases California has. It says here, as the updated date, nonetheless, it says, okay, so like right here. New York State has 30,811 cases of the coronavirus that causes the COVID-19, and is up 20% from what was the day before. And the majority of those, 17,856, are in New York City, are in the city, which has, and it's followed by Westchester County, which is at 4,961. So there are at least 192 deaths in New York City, and another 53 in areas of the state, according to the state data of Johns Hopkins Whiting School of Engineers. There are at least 61,161 cases at that time within the United States. 849 people have died. So when you look at the numbers, and obviously for a heavy populated area of the metropolis of New York City, is this, are we right now, this is the flattened curve? Are we, I think that's where a lot of the American people are trying to get the understanding of where we're at. And that's where we were talking about at the beginning of the week, is let's see where we're at by Friday. And here we are now Thursday. And when you look at numbers, because what I try to look at too is the bigger number of the entire county and state populations. So is this a flattened curve? And how long does it take now to maintain this flattened curve to then come out the other side of wrapping this up with all the shutdown stuff and so on and so forth? But maybe those are the signs of right now of this working, of the social distancing, of having things shut down, of quarantining, of all the stay-at-home stuff is now in the thick, and it's working the curve numbers-wise, even in some of the heavily populated areas. Because when you say 17,000, that sounds, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when you compare that to the entire population of New York City, because 17,856 cases, okay, get it. So we must be doing something right in lieu of keeping the curve flat. And I think that goes into the concept and a good conversation piece of where they're, what they're doing in Washington, conversation-wise, about, okay, we flattened the curve. We're flattening it as we speak. So where's the means to the end? When do we start to bring things back to a normal status, and and all that? So it's interesting right now, because I think we said on Monday that we're kind of in the thick of it, if you will, or we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of it. Are we in that right now? And here we are Thursday talking about where we were at on Monday. Here we are now Thursday. Numbers, like mentioned in this article, going from Tuesday to Wednesday was a 20% increase. But we're still talking smaller numbers for a 20% increase. So what does that mean?
Well, it
means, what does that mean for the bigger picture of this? Like, and what I mean is, what does this mean for this coming to at some point an end? Where do we see ourselves at the end of next week, which would be, and when you make it sound like this, it sounds, sounds refreshing. Where will we be next week at this time come Friday, April 6th? April 6th, oh wow. Where will we be at then? I don't know.
It's hard to say.
Hard to say. WOCA Ocala, we'll be back right after this.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. After some disagreement and a failed amendment, the Senate unanimously passes a coronavirus relief bill. There's aid for small businesses and large industries, expanded unemployment benefits, and cash payments for Americans making less than $100,000 a year. Federal student loan payments are deferred. The House is expected to vote on that bill tomorrow. As for the virus itself, Fox's Todd Pyro reports.
Nationally, the numbers continue to rise. More than 69,000 cases, 1,050 deaths, with more than 200 deaths yesterday, a new high for fatalities here in a single day. Worldwide, more than 472,000 cases and more than 21,000 deaths, with the Surgeon General imploring Americans to keep up the fight.
Weekly unemployment numbers come out at 8:30 Eastern, and an American who disappeared during an unauthorized CIA mission in Iran in 2007, Robert Levinson, is now presumed dead. America's listening to Fox News.
America is a great big country.
Filled with all kinds of different people.
And we all count.
That's why the 2020 census
Wants to make sure we're all counted.
Why is it so important?
Because the census helps inform how hundreds of billions of dollars will be spent each year for things like
New roads, health clinics.
Even more school programs.
So make sure you're counted.
Because you count.
Shape your future. Start here. Complete the